Number 4. Bishop Abel Tendekai Muzorewa. Abel Muzorewa was behind the leaking of information which led to the assassination of Herbert Chitepo on the hands of the Southern Rhodesia's CIO in 1975 Zambia. Later on in the late 70s, as the liberation struggle was approaching its end, Muzorewa decided to join forces with the Rhodesian government, which resulted in the formation of the non-recognized state of Zimbabwe Rhodesia, where Muzorewa served as prime minister. This decision was against the will of the guerrillas and the people, who were willing to obtain a conditionalized surrender or ceasefire from the Rhodesian government, which they later eventually obtained through the Lancaster House Agreement. This put Muzorewa straight into the Black Book of Zimbabwean history. Number 3 and 2 is made up of Zimbabwe's deadliest criminal duo in history, Stephen Chidumo and Edgar Masendeke. Masendeke, who was also known as Edmund. The duo is famous for launching the only successful prison break of Chikurubi Maximum Prison, which is Zimbabwe's biggest prison. Chidumo was born in Zaka, Masvingo, and grew up with his maternal grandparents, whilst Masendeke was born in Kwekwe, but his family is from Gutu, which is also in Masvingo. The two met in 1995 at Mutimurefu prison in Masvingo. Stephen was arrested for robbery charges, whilst Masendeke was there for murder. They escaped at Mutimurefu prison in the same year and went on a 2-year crime spree of all kinds, from murder, armed robbery, rape, car hijackings, etc. In 1997, the two were rearrested on separate occasions. Chidumo was sent to Chikurubi Maximum Prison, where with 3 others they escaped, killing a prison warden in the process. However, his escape lasted only for 29 days. The two were finally sentenced to death by hanging. I could not choose who goes in which position between the two. Chidumo was the mastermind behind the Chikurubi Maximum Prison escape, and when it happened, Masendeke was not there. Whilst on the other side, Masendeke was already a well-known bully since his childhood. He shot his own uncle on the finger, accusing him of being a snitch. Crime runs in the family of Masendeke. In 2013, Zimbabwean police launched a manhunt for 3 Masendeke's brothers, Edward, Edson, and Ernest, in connection with murder. The victim was fatally stabbed and killed simply because he had accidentally stepped on Edward's foot. Whilst another Masendeke's brother, Andrew, in 2017, he was sentenced to 26 years in prison for robbery and kidnapping. Sitting on number 1 is none other than Morrison Nyati, also known as Levison Mutasa. Morrison Nyati is known for being the biggest sellout of the Second Chimurenga War. He was groomed by the Rhodesian forces and sent to infiltrate Zanla fighters' training camps in the neighboring Mozambique. After joining Zanla fighters, he learned all their secrets, which he later revealed to the Rhodesian forces. 9 August 1976, Rhodesian forces launched Operation Eland, also known as Nyadzonya Raid. Armed with 4 ferret armored cars, 5 Unimogs, 2 Hispanos. Upon their arrival, Nyati blew a whistle, an emergency signal for the guerrillas to muster on the parade ground. More than 1,000 people were killed. The most disturbing part is that more than 3/4 of the killed people were all refugees, women and children, and the remaining were recruits which had not yet received any training. Above all, none of them was armed. There were no arms of any kind inside the camp. In addition to that, the Rhodesian forces were well aware of this information before the attacks. Amnesty International declared it a war crime and referred to it as Nyadzona Massacre instead of Nyadzonya Raid. Operation Dingo, or the Chimoyo Massacre, was a continuation of similar attacks by Rhodesian forces against Zanla camps inside Mozambique at Chimoyo and Tembwe. 5 to 6,000 people in total are estimated to have died from all the massacres combined from Nyadzonya, Chimoyo, and Tembwe. After the end of the war, Nyati was recognized roaming the streets of Mbare, Harare by a former comrade. Helped by the people around, Nyati was taken to a guerrilla camp in Goromonzi, Mashonaland East, where he eventually met his fate.